Hey guys, and down here, just give me my chapter review to Nanatsu no Taizai, or the Seven Deadly Sins 335, What the Witch Was Always After. Now, I haven't released a review in quite a while because I've been ill, and now I'm back with a new track. So let's get right down to it. And I won't lie, I was not happy with the way this chapter turned out, but I am interested. I want to see where this is going to go. It is a very interesting plot point. I have no idea how this is going to turn out, especially with Arthurian myth or legend. I'm not sure which one it actually counts as. There is a distinction. And how, the Salisbury Lake, I'm not even sure if it's Salisbury Lake, but there is a lake which is very important to Arthur in mythology in the sense of, Excalibur having been given to him by the Lady of the Lake, I think. Don't quote me on that. It might be true. Who knows? But other than that, this it just opens up a whole shit of other stuff that I thought we weren't going to get into. I didn't think there would be an Arthur spin-off. This is kind of suggesting that there is going to be an Arthur spin-off, but how is that going to turn out? Why is this making it look like Merlin has some sort of ulterior motive? To be fair, I'm not a big fan of the fact that Merlin may have an ulterior motive. She's been there for 3,000 years, supporting Meliodas. I don't know, kissing his ass. Who knows? I don't know, kicking his ass maybe too. I've seen enough of Merlin to say that she really should not be having an ulterior motive. If she does have an ulterior motive at this point, it's kind of a little bit late, I don't want to. I'm really not a fan of that. I don't want to see that. I want to see what she is doing, though. I don't think it's an ulterior motive per se. I think she has some sort of idea in mind, maybe something. People on Reddit and stuff like that were saying that she's going to split the human world from the magical world. I don't think that's going to happen because people like Galtha would then cease to exist. I think he's running entirely off magic, right? Pretty sure he's running entirely off magic. And I think the fairy individuals, the fairy peoples, my fairy bros, I think they're running entirely off of magic as well, too, maybe. It depends, but we start off this chapter with what Vivian said at the end of last chapter. And by the way, yeah, I didn't review last chapter, but Vivian is alive. That's bullshit in its own right. She really deserved, in my honest opinion, to stay dead. But apparently that's not what we're going for here. She did say something along that. Actually, she did. She kind of here serves as someone who I think introduces the next plot point. This quote that we see at the end of last chapter and at the beginning of this chapter, which is when the balance between light and darkness crumbles, the age of gods will face its end, chaos will return, and the world will be born anew. Cool. And I'm interested in all of this Mother of Chaos shit, but I'm not very sure at all that Nakaba can pull it off in a good way, based off of this chapter alone, but also based off of his performance in the last couple arcs. So we start the chapter once again with everyone commenting on Merlin's scars, saying it's a shame because she was pretty hot. Elizabeth asks Merlin if she wants it healed, but proceeds to tell Merlin that it looks beautiful. I mean, as far as self-induced or self-inflicted injuries go, or wounds go, I wouldn't really describe it as beautiful. That's not the word that I would use. It's not the first word that would come to mind. A wound or a scar that is impactful, full of meaning, a reminder of the only man who ever truly loved her. These are the things that I would describe the scar as, but beautiful, not so much. And Merlin's intelligent enough to know that, it's not a beautiful looking thing. Don't bullshit her. So King and Galtha are the only sins who actually comment on that, saying that, it's a reminder of Escanor. It's something that's very impactful, something that's very meaningful. And I was like, these guys know, these guys are real. Anyway, Diane then decides to go fairy tale. I really dislike Diane as a character. I'm gonna say it. I don't like Diane. I dislike Diane. Roast me in the comments. I don't like Diane. But she then decides to go and make a speech about the things that everyone has achieved and everyone has gained from this war, just because, that's what you do at the end of the war. You sit down with all your boys and you say, well, this is what we gained. This is what we achieved. Good job, guys. Let's forget about everyone that's died. So she proceeds to actually do that. She's there like, Escanor has died. Unfortunate that. But Meliodas can stay in Britannia due to dispelling his Demon King powers. Fortunate that. And I'm just there like, did you just gloss over the fact that Escanor is dead? Like, dead? Because that's kind of that's too soon, man. I mean, for me, that's too soon. For everybody else, that's too soon. You just gloss over Escanor dying, and you're just like, yeah, that was unfortunate. Come on, man. Like, really? Anyway, Elizabeth's curse has been broken. Ban has gained Elaine. Galtha has regained the memories of his heart and Nadia. King became the true fairy king. Diane was proposed to by said strumpet. And Merlin. What did Merlin gain? What was Merlin in this for? What was she fighting for? What did Merlin even want out of this whole war? How can we extend this manga for another 20 chapters? Well, we get the answers to that. Ban makes a good point actually here of Merlin not being the type of person to help Meliodas for 3,000 years with no promise of reward. Yes and no. She liked the guy, from what I hear. She just couldn't have him, right? Also, if she'd wanted to turn cloak and go dark side, she would have done so at any other time, and she could have done so at any other time, right? Right? So we proceed to Merlin teleporting everyone to the huge lake of mana, Salisbury Lake, where we have Hawk and Hawk Mama. Hawk Mama just looking at the lake, scared stiff. We don't actually know if she's scared stiff because she doesn't talk. Merlin then proceeds to utilize the lake to bring Arthur back from the dead. Called it, by the way. Totally called that. It didn't go quite as I planned. I said Merlin would yeet Arthur into the lake, I think, with the words I used. But she used the lake to bring Arthur back, which is a win in my books. Anywho, she has some weird... She says some weird shit when bringing Arthur back to life here. So the first quote I'll present you with is, I have completed all the preparations in accordance to thy revelations. O princess, are you prepared as well? What preparations? If she's talking about the state of Arthur, well, you know, she barely prepared anything in that situation. All she really did was put him into this stasis state where when he got shish kebab by, you know, Cusack. The revelations? What revelations? We ain't never heard no revelations. Obviously, these are referring to things that we simply have no knowledge of. Might have happened thousands of years ago. But, you know, we know nothing about this. I'm not saying it's an ass pull. It's not an ass pull yet. We just simply don't know. I'm bringing this to the fore. What revelations and what preparations? Princess? Who the fuck is this princess? Like, princess of the lake? Princess of Salisbury Lake? Princess of this little mana ball? Princess of chaos? We don't know who is this princess she's referring to? Who is this princess that she's speaking to, supposedly? The next quote, at last the time has come, the meeting of your master and mine. What? Wait, this princess has a master? In the sense of the princess has like a king? Or something that she has to answer to? Her father, for instance? The king of wherever she's from? The king of chaos? The king of Salisbury Lake? The king of Britannia? I don't think it's him. But then, who's Merlin's master? Arthur? I don't know. You guys tell me. This is very weird. I'm not kicking. I'm not saying that this is a bad thing. I'm just saying that these are things that we simply don't know and I'm confused about. Maybe you can help me out. She then says, this was not the sword that brought you to your death, but the key that led you to your new stage. Okay, over here I was just like, come on, man. I'm pretty sure that sword led him straight to his death, but we out here trying to make it look like Merlin has some ulterior motives and that she's going to open this door and freaking the horde are going to fly out or some shit. I don't know. I really doubt Merlin has any ulterior motives. She then says, now, O key, use the mana overflowing from this lake and open forth the door. The door. So the sword, which is the key, has now used the lake to open a door, and you'd assume something was on the other side of that door, because, you know, doors have that property of allowing things to either enter or exit, and usually there's someone waiting on one side of the door to either exit or enter. So I think it's a fair assumption to say that something has exited that door, seeing as Arthur has now been reanimated, has come back to life. So what came out that was able to grant Arthur new life? Whatever it is seems to reanimate Arthur, who seems to be himself, and Merlin spews some spiel on humans being contradictory in their nature and are therefore chaotic or some shit. You know, she's like, you experience the extremes of light and darkness and all that shit. You're chaos. And I'm just like, okay, sure, why not, man? But essentially what she's done is she's raised Arthur to rule over this human chaos. And she makes mention here of the human chosen by the priestess of darkness, or priestess of chaos, sorry. So that would make Merlin the priestess, right? The human being Arthur that's been chosen by the priestess of chaos. That's Merlin, right? So then we got a princess of chaos who we don't know anything about. We have a mother of chaos, a priestess of chaos who was also, I think, referred to as in another chapter, a daughter of chaos, Merlin. We have Arthur, who then becomes the king of chaos, or is gonna become the king of chaos at the end of this chapter and beyond. So I'm just like, the fuck? Like, what the hell is going on? So I'm interested because I have no idea where this is going. But that's also a very dangerous thing. I'm also very wary because I have no idea where this is going. And Nakaba and having no idea where we're going, kind of synonymous. And he's shown that he's pretty bad at having no idea where he's going. So we've come too far for me to question Merlin's allegiances and Merlin's allegiance to the Sins and Meliodas. So if it turns out that she had ulterior motives and such, I would be personally quite annoyed. But then what does this mean for Arthur? I don't know, but he's back in the land of the living. Hawk Mama might play a part here, seeing as she stood completely still looking at the lake and we have no idea who she is, what she can do. I get the feeling there's going to be some sort of Merlin self-sacrifice here to rid Arthur of whatever evil seems to have taken hold of him. You know, the black eye, the hollow Ichigo kind of thing. But whatever evil seems to have taken hold of him, I think there's going to be some sort of Merlin self-sacrifice to rid him of that shit. But I'm totally anticipating a shit story going forward, which is a good thing. Hear me out. Anything even slightly above average in terms of story writing, in terms of art. His artwork has always been awesome, to be fair. No problems with that on my front with Nakaba. But in terms of story writing, anything even slightly above average will impress me. So Nakaba's in a good position to do that. Go ahead, surprise me, make it amazing. Do all the good things. But I'm very wary of the fact that we have no idea what the hell is going on. We have no idea where this mother of chaos, son of chaos, freaking cousin twice removed of chaos, I don't know where any of the chaos is going, where it's coming from. But we'll see. I have a little bit of hope. I'm not too much hope. But I thought this chapter was okay. I'm not happy with Vivian being back. I'm not happy with Merlin being made to look like she has some sort of ulterior motive. You know, she's been with Meliodas for 3,000 years. If you have something you want to do, vocalize it with your captain first. Vocalize it with the guy that's had your back for 3,000 years first. Just be a little bit more communicative, you know. It would make you such a better character. Like, I've really always disliked that character that's just sat there in the back like, I'm gonna go do shit, and I'm not gonna tell anybody about it, and you're all gonna think I'm evil for no reason, but I'm not evil, and I'm good, and I'm gonna save you all from an evil you are unaware of. I'm like, yeah, cool, dude, just tell me about it first, so that you can go do your shit, and maybe I can even support you in doing your shit, which is kind of what Diane was saying in this chapter. She's like, oh, if you had a thing that you wanted to gain from this, what would it be? We can help you in gaining that. So then Merlin was like, okay then, and help me bring back to life this dead guy, which I can do by myself, apparently. So you can tell that there's a little bit of salt in my review here, because I'm very confused. I don't really know where this is going. I'm quite familiar with Arthurian myth, I think, but this isn't in the same kind of field. All we have is a lake and Arthur, and the lake has revived Arthur, but that's not really part of Arthurian mythology. So I'm going to end this here. It's been 15 minutes. Let me know what you guys thought of the chapter. Let me know what you guys thought of this review. Let me know what you guys thought of what the hell is going on here with all the chaos eyes and the chaos people. And let me know what you guys think is going to happen. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in a bit.